Hi guys, you're watching Guru Gyan, this side Dev Guru, and welcome to another video. And this time it's the Champions League review of the game between Chelsea and Atletico. I mean, I am stoked. I'm absolutely stoked with the performance. I want to record this video really early, so as to just blurt out whatever I had to say about this brilliant club that I support, and I had to talk about this club that gives me sadness, gives me depression at times, but when it gives me happiness, it gives me the ultimate happiness possible. And that happened yesterday night against Atletico. Second leg, we came into the second leg with a 1-0 lead, for carrying on from the first leg with that outrageous Giroud goal. And I honestly felt that we would not be Atletico will not be making that same mistake that they did in the first leg, that is almost playing like a 6-3-1 and completely sitting back and letting us attack them. They didn't do that in the second leg, but they didn't have a solid plan to actually counteract our team selection, or to counteract what Tuchel was thinking as well. Tuchel outsmarted Diego Simeone, outsmarted us fans as well with that lineup, because when that lineup came in, I was looking at that team sheet. I was looking at Christensen not there. I was looking at Mason Mount being suspended. So who's going to take Mason Mount's position there? Who's going to be effectively creative in that particular zone? I'm seeing Hakim Ziyech starting over Hudson-Odoi, and again, it just didn't make any sense for me, because of the fact that Hakim Ziyech started against Leeds. Callum Hudson-Odoi didn't start against Leeds, so I was probably hoping for him to start. Not hoping, I was almost 90% sure that he will start against Atletico, because of the fact that he didn't start over the weekend. But I was proved wrong by Thomas Tuchel, and I'm very happy to be proven wrong, and that is exactly what happened yesterday night. Hakim Ziyech had a blaster of a game, had an absolutely amazing game, mind-blowing game, and that just helped Tuchel achieve the record of going 13 matches unbeaten. It is an unbelievable record, the longest ever record by a Chelsea manager in history, and that explains in itself the impact that Tuchel is having on the squad. He's finally improving the radical personalities in the Chelsea dressing room, gelling them together, because again, the celebration that you saw after Emerson Palmieri, yes, Emerson freaking Palmieri scored with his first touch on the pitch. I think so. That was his first game since December. First football action since December of last year, and I really believe that moment should be captured in perennial Chelsea history, because that was just unreal for all of us Chelsea fans. But just coming to the game in a very serious manner, I feel where Atletico lost the game were when they thought that probably if they can contain our wings, if they can keep a man marked on the wings, I think so, they thought that they would be okay with that. But and also the fact that when they thought that they could press our defenders in our own third, they were hoping for us to make a lot of mistakes. But the fact was, it was not coordinated pressing from Atletico. The midfield didn't follow the forwards when they were pressing. If you watched the match, you would probably have seen that Koke and Saul was sitting on Hakim Ziyech and Kai Havertz, mostly because they didn't want a long ball to be chipped in for these two people to feed off, because these two people are really fast and they showed their pace kind of a lot. But this allowed a lot of space to players like Mateo Kovacic and N'Golo Kante, because they didn't have anybody marking them, because they could afford to probably roam around in the space between Atletico's forward line and Atletico's midfield line, because of the uncoordinated pressing of Atletico. And even Diego Simeone agreed that we tried to press Chelsea, but we just couldn't do it. That was in brief what he said, and this is exactly what was happening with them, because we could just play out of the press really easily because of the two ball carriers in midfield that we had. I think N'Golo Kante had an absolutely smashing game. Whatever Thomas Tuchel talked about him, that when you pick N'Golo Kante, it's almost like you're picking one and a half player. That is exactly who he is. He was amazing. He was absolutely brilliant on the night. He was intercepting. He was passing. He was passing the ball really well. He was available for a pass as well. He was driving forward really willfully, and he was everywhere. I mean, his anticipation was also top class. I mean, that is where some people, when they're talking about the fact that he's magical, and his stamina takes him to places. Yes, he has immense stamina, but the fact is his anticipation and his game reading skills are so good that he finds himself in proper positions almost every time to probably foil the opponent's attacks, and that is what has been happening in the past few games, because N'Golo Kante has been consistently impressing in the past few games in that double six midfield that we have. And that is exactly what happened with Kante. And looking at the forward line as well, I want to give special mentions to two players. They are Kai Havertz and Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech I have slandered a lot in my previous videos. I've talked ill about him with a lot of fans as well, because of the fact that he didn't show any desire in the past few games that he was playing in. Even the last game against Leeds, it was not one of his best games by any margin. But yesterday, man, he was on fire. He was taking advantage of the spaces that were given to him in the final third. And they were attacking those, and he was attacking those spaces really well. His the weight that he was putting on his passes to actually release Timo Werner or to release a Kai Havertz was brilliant. Some of his balls were really good, and even his pace troubled Atletico's slow defenders, so to speak, because they are solid but they're kind of slow when they have to track back, and that troubled Atletico's defenders a lot. I think so it was a master plan by Thomas Tuchel to have that trident up front, because he knew that these three people in transitions can trouble any defense with their pace, and that's what they did. Kai Havertz, on the other hand, just found the spaces for himself to roam into, and drag defenders out of the spaces for players like Hakim Ziyech and Timo Werner to occupy those spaces and run onto, and then probably progress the ball in the attacking third. And Kai Havertz was absolutely brilliant at that. He was also driving forward really well. Took tactical fouls as well, and he was holding up the ball as well. That was great to see, because that is one thing that sometimes a player like Eden Hazard does really well, and I think so Kai Havertz doing that just reminded me of a player that we had in the mold of Eden Hazard. So I think so that was beautiful. That was beautiful right there from those three players up top. But like always, credit to the defense as well, and two players especially, Kurt Zouma and Antonio Rudiger. They just bossed the defense again. Kurt Zouma just silenced all critics, the critics that were there present when he was on the team sheet, and when they saw that Christensen wasn't, and they were pretty worried about our defensive structure, including me. But he silenced them, and he was absolutely solid. The number of aerial duels he won, the number of crunching tackles that he put in, and even Antonio Rudiger sometimes was almost playing in the other half. He was attacking channels as well, and it was because of the fact that you had that much confidence in you had that much confidence and belief in yourself. You had that much confidence and belief in the way your teammates are playing around you, and that's exactly why your mind was telling you to just go and do your thing. And that's what probably Rudiger was feeling, because if he I think so he got that free will to just bomb forward when he understood that we are 1-0 up after Hakim Ziyech scored in the first half, and in the second half Rudiger was bombing forward a lot. And I think so that was the case, because he knew that that Atletico have to probably score around 2 goals now, and I don't think so that was going to happen with the way we have been defending so far. So kudos to the whole team for having that belief, for having that right mentality, for approaching the game. And I think so Tuchel has a huge role to play in this particular scenario. Quarterfinals in the first quarterfinal that we have gone to in around 7 years, it just feels unreal. The celebrations in itself spoke a lot. A goal from Emerson Palmieri was just a cherry on the cake. I mean, when Emerson scored, I went bonkers. I just absolutely went bonkers. In my eyes, I think so. When Atletico league leaders, Spanish league leaders, La Liga leaders, when the La Liga leaders see a player who hasn't seen Premier League action since December of last month, coming onto the pitch and scoring a goal with his first touch, that is more than just embarrassing. That is more than just embarrassing for any team. Exactly. And they are league leaders. अभी लीग लीडर्स इतना सस्ता कैसे हो गया? But anyways, I don't want to just fly around in the sky right now. I just want to keep my feet down on the ground, be humble, be modest about it, because I think so the whole fan base is still modest about what was happening with Tuchel, and that's exactly why we are still progressing. Because with Lampard, when we had this run of games where we were really winning, all of us were flying, all of us just boasting about stuff that, okay, fine, this is the new era that has come in and blah blah blah, and suddenly it was a lull, and then boom, everything just shattered. Now all of us have just become very cautious about everything that's happening around us. We know that we are on a good run, but we just want to be silent about it and let the course take its way. So that's exactly what we aim to do. That's exactly how I feel Chelsea should do, because everything is going absolutely smoothly for us, and I feel that we have the capability to probably push further in the competition now. Coming to who I want to see in the next fixture, in the Champions League, I feel that if we get Real Madrid, it would be very nice. It would be very cool. I know that Zinedine Zidane on his day can be an absolute mastermind. Pura game badal jayega if he comes into his real personality, real tactical personality, because I kind of feel he adopted that against Atlanta by changing his own formation to a 3-5-2 or something, if I'm not wrong. It was an absolutely game-changing decision by him on that day. But I feel that Thomas Tuchel is a little bit more tactically astute manager, is a little more tactically astute manager than Zinedine Zidane in the current circumstances, and he has a team which is full of belief and full of form. So I believe if we get Real Madrid, it would be really good for us. So that has been my review of the game. अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छा लगा, प्लीज़ जाओ लाइक करो, शेयर करो, सब्सक्राइब करो, क्योंकि सब्सक्राइबर्स काफ़ी कम है दोस्तों. I need to increase my subscriber rate, so please show some love to the channel, please show some love to the video, and I promise you I'll come with a lot more content towards your way. So yeah, that has been my review for the game, and looking forward to the next game as well, looking forward to the draw tomorrow as well, and hopefully after the draw I'll probably post a video about my review of our next opponents as well. So guys, take care, good night, and keep the blue flag flying high.